Yo, ho, ho.
Yo. What's up?
Wow.
Yeah. So, I'll just take a atheistic
Fix
stance.
your mic, bro.
My mic is fixed. What do you mean my mic ain't fixed? What do you mean? I can hear myself clearly. I can literally hear it, bro. What do you mean?
I
I
don't,
could
I
go
don't
mic
want to
test
hear
right
my,
now.
I don't
What
want
do
to
you
hear
mean?
myself through your mic, bro.
What did you say? Sorry. Go ahead.
I don't want to hear myself through your mic.
Well, I don't care if you don't want to hear yourself, bro. Maybe you just get tired of yourself talking. Anyways,
Oh my
yeah.
god.
So I could just pick a like an agnostic atheistic stance. You go with that?
Thank God is the creator of contingencies.
Okay, so what do you mean by current contingencies? And can you go ahead and define what those contingent things are? Go ahead.
Define what those contingencies are. I don't think that's necessary for our game.
Yeah, but that is though. If you're gonna say there's contingent things, but then you don't posit what those contingent things are, how are you gonna make that
Positing what
ontological
those
claim?
contingent things they are, and then defining what those contingent things
Yeah,
are.
so when I say define that, right? When I say define that, all I mean is that I want you to posit what these ontological things are, what their nature is, what they
Whatever.
are, so you
I
actually
don't
have
care
it.
for
So,
the
no,
nature.
hold on. Let me explain my point real quick, okay? So when I sit there and say, you're gonna have contingent things, right? Obviously, you're referring to something that's actual, right? And then if you sit there and say, well, it's just gonna be the contingent things, how do I know that's gonna be actual, right? You're just making a claim, not necessarily corresponding that to reality at that point, because obviously, when you sit there and define what those things are in terms of attributes, you're going to sit there and explain they actual have some type of actuality, which means
Not
their nature and
necessarily.
essence is the case. So,
What?
what do you mean what? That's the most
Well,
basic shit ever. That's the
when
most basic shit ever.
we're talking about naming a property in reference to its being, it doesn't have to refer to me defining the attributes or all of the attributes. If you want me to
Well,
explain
it
why
does
that's
actually.
necessary,
It does actually.
if you mean by
I can go ahead and
that,
justify why it does actually. I
yeah,
can just justify. Okay,
I
so
think
I'll just
I think a
justify my
contingent
premises.
thing would just be the universe or something that can fail to exist,
So you
or I
think
could just
a
say me, for
contingent thing
example.
is just anything that can fail to exist, or in the case that obviously is just
That is
exist?
a contingent thing that is not
Okay,
defined
so
by
that
me.
is a contingent thing, right? So hold on, no, don't cut me off. So what you said is that there are
You
contingent
cut
things,
me
right?
off
So I'm
first.
at no, hold on. I'm not done finished, okay? I'm not done, right? So, anyways, as I was saying, you mentioned there were contingent things, right? Okay. And then you sit there and said there can be. I'm not asking what can be. I'm asking for what is, right? That's the distinction of proposition and modality.
Here, I gotta tell you something, chat.
You could ask for moderation or something. Ooh, you're calling me ass.
This
We
nigga's
don't do that
what?
around here. You're fucking stupid. Not my fault.
Repeat what you just said, bro.
I called you fucking stupid. Is there a problem with that?
I don't care for that. Repeat the
No,
response.
no, I think you're fucking stupid. Like, I just gave you a response.
That
Like I
doesn't
said,
defeat the
so
argument.
yeah, that does though. Because when you posit, okay, well you said, oh yeah, there
Is
is
he
things like
retarded?
the universe, etc. Right? You said you think that is right. I'm not asking what can be contingent, etc. Those are examples, right? I'm asking for what is because you mentioned there were contingent things, retard, right? So lock the
Is
fuck
he
in.
stupid?
I'm not stupid, retard. You're literally talking to no one else except here. You
Let me
expect me to
just
answer your fucking
let
question.
me
I'm
just first
positively.
of all, I don't think you know what contingencies are.
But I do though. Contingent things are just
Contingencies
some
are
that are
just
contingent
referring to
upon something.
things.
Obviously, that's the most retarded thing ever. You're fucking stupid. Obviously, you ain't
Contingencies
tracking.
are contingencies are just referring
You are tracking.
contingencies, sorry, are just referring to things that can fail to exist. So when we're talking about contingencies, we're automatically talking about modalities. So
That's literally what I
for
fucking said, you fucking spentard, right? So let me
for
explain
for
to
an
you real quick.
example,
What you said within your argument,
for
okay?
an
I'm gonna
example,
explain to you,
if it's the
fucking
case that
retard,
I'm
right?
fat,
You
right,
mentioned that there was
and
these
that can fail
contingent
to
things. I
exist
told you
in
to go
the
ahead and
world,
justify what these types of contingent
there's
things
fat
are,
people that
retard.
exist,
And
and
then you
those
mentioned there's examples of what
exist
contingent
because
things are. So I'm
there
not asking you for what examples and modalities, fucking retard.
things.
I'm asking if you can give me what these contingent things are to actually fulfill
I
your
just
fucking
did. Do you
argument,
want to go to
retard. You're
conclusions?
fucking stupid.
We
You
can
want
go
to
to
go to
conclusions.
conclusions? You're getting fucking whooped and now you're running. Shut the fuck. Now go
It's not
fucking like
running.
justify it.
Why is he
That is running.
retarded?
You're trying to run to conclusions,
Here, let
dumbass.
me
I
just
didn't say
type
you
it out.
can't. Let me just type it out. Let me just type it out. Let me just type it out.
Here, go. Do you exist?
As if I exist does not define the
Well,
fucking
yeah.
thing within your argument, retard.
Right. So it's
Wait,
so
what's the topic? What's the topic?
the topic is
The
God's
topic is
existence.
God's existence.
So basically, I guess he wanted to posit something that is
Okay, so wait,
actualized
what
or
are the
that is.
sides?
Yeah, can you mute your mic for a second, please?
Yo, you want to go to conclusions? Actually, we can go to conclusions.
Yo,
Actually,
Gum, can you mute him so I can explain my argument to you? Since he's
I'll just go on mute. I'll just go on mute. Okay, I'll just go on mute. Okay.
thanks, bro. I don't know.
Okay.
It wasn't so difficult.
So what are the okay? So
So
what are the two sides? Like, what side is he on? What
my
side are you
argument.
on?
I believe that God exists, and he doesn't believe that God exists. He's atheist or he's agnostic too. My argument was just saying exist contingencies. Contingencies are just things that can fail to exist. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
So they exist, but they don't necessarily exist. So
Okay.
you exist. That is something that is actualized. Well, one, he asked me to posit something that is contingent, that is actualized. So I guess to posit something that is both contingent and it exists. So you exist
Oh,
and you're also contingent.
okay.
So that was all
Um.
my argument. That was the justification for the argument to
Okay.
be
So
contingent.
what's his argument?
Okay, so I'll just give my argument right now. Okay, so keep on mute.
I
Go and
cannot hear
hammer
you
for a
over the
second.
echo.
Yeah, well, I'll just give my argument. Hold on, I'm talking right now. Give me a second. So, what I'm basically saying is that basically he said these contingent things, right? And so I said, you go ahead and give some that are contingent within your argument, right? Because those are actual things, obviously within reality, obviously talking. And then he gave an example of me, right? But if he's going to include me within a contingent thing, he's going to have to, of course, sit there and explain why I'm contingent in the first place, which he isn't doing. He's just assuming that's the case. It's a presupposition, right?
What?
So I'm also going to go down there. Oh, hold on, right? I'm not done yet. Don't interrupt me when I'm giving my conclusion, right? So obviously you said there's obviously these contingent things that exist, right? So I said you go ahead and define it. You said you think the universe is contingent. Obviously you gave examples, right? But I said obviously those are what can exist, okay? And instead of what is within the argument. And then you finally gave a response towards fucking conclusions where you sat there and said that I'm a fucking example within a contingent set. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Like, you're just fucking retarded, bro. You're fucking shit.
Yeah, Omni, I got a question.
Anyways, we can go ahead and save Rec. We can go ahead and save Rec. I'm
Omni,
just
I
gonna
got a
upload this
question.
Wait,
piece.
Is it?
just save the rec,
Wait,
and
wait,
then
I'm
me
not
and
going.
Omni can break
I'm
it
not.
down.